All right, ready to dive deep.
Always.
Today, it's all about dreams. But not just the having of them.
Right.
It's about dream wisdom.
I like that dream wisdom.
Like, what can we learn from these nightly adventures? What can we actually do with them?
Yeah, get practical with it.
And, you sent me some amazing material on this, some seriously fascinating stuff, blending ancient ideas with, the latest research. I'm ready to unlock some secrets.
Oh, me too. Unlock away.
Dream healing, problem solving, even maybe a peek into the future.
Ooh, the future.
Ever feel like your dreams are trying to tell you something? Well, today, we're going to learn how to listen.
It's about time.
I know, right?
I mean, think about it. We spend something like a third of our lives asleep. And about 20% of that is dreaming.
Wow.
Over 150,000 dreams in an average lifetime.
That's mind-boggling.
Isn't it?
You'd think with all that dreaming, there's got to be a reason, right?
Absolutely.
It can't just be random images flashing by.
Oh, no, not at all.
So what's science saying? What's the why behind all this dreaming?
Well, science is linking dreaming to some vital functions. Like, it helps keep us mentally and emotionally balanced.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
It helps process all the information we take in, during the day.
Right, like our brains need to sort it all out.
Exactly. And even physical health is tied in. There's a connection there.
It's wild. The source material we have, it even says that people deprived of REM sleep, the dream state, they can actually go insane.
It's true.
That's powerful.
Yeah, think about it. No REM, your brain doesn't get to process emotions, memories.
Yeah.
It's like the filing system gets jammed.
Yeah, overloaded.
Crashes.
Yeah.
No wonder things go haywire.
So it's not just about sleep. It's like our brains are working hard while we sleep.
Working behind the scenes.
And speaking of behind the scenes, the source describes dreams as our own intercom system between our inner and outer consciousnesses.
Ooh, I love that.
Right.
Such a great visual. Like those little messages you get sometimes right before you fall asleep.
Wow. Or those aha moments out of nowhere.
Exactly. It's the subconscious talking.
And it's not just small talk either. The source mentions healing, problem solving, even getting warnings about danger.
Like tapping into an inner guidance system.
We don't even realize we have.
It's all about learning to decode the language, you know.
Symbols, metaphors.
Yeah.
So let's talk dream language. The source breaks things down into two types. Clear mind dreams and...
Oh, yeah. And this.
Tense mind dreams.
That's it. Clear mind dreams. They're those super vivid ones. Everything's crisp, clear.
Oh, those are the best.
They often bring those big aha moments.
Insights, solutions.
Even spiritual stuff.
Right. They tend to happen when our minds are calmer, right?
Yeah, less cluttered.
And then the tense mind dreams. I'm guessing those are the ones that leave us feeling tense.
Laugh softly. You got it. Nightmares, confusing dreams, stuff reflecting our worries.
Like anxieties playing out on stage.
It's drama time.
So it's like our internal weather report. Clear mind dreams, sunny and bright. Tense mind dreams, stormy weather.
Perfect analogy.
And both can be valuable though, right?
Absolutely.
Clear mind, you get the insights. But tense mind, they point to stuff we need to deal with.
The mental blocks, the emotional baggage.
It's like they're waving a red flag saying, hey, pay attention.
Right. And sometimes those messages, they can be so precise.
Even life-saving.
Oh, yeah. Remember that story in the material about the doctor who used a patient's dream to diagnose her?
The one with the winding road?
Yeah, and the blocked junction.
I couldn't believe that.
Incredible. The woman, she dreams about driving on this winding road.
And she comes to a blocked junction, can't go any further.
And the doctor, he's familiar with dream interpretation.
Lucky for her.
He realizes the dream is describing her actual intestines.
The ileocecal junction, right, where the small intestine meets the large one.
And get this, he has her draw out the roadmap from the dream.
And it's accurate. Like, the proportions are right.
It's mind-blowing. Our subconscious talking about physical health.
Sending us coded messages.
If we know how to listen.
Makes you wonder what else our dreams are holding.
A whole world of knowledge waiting.
Speaking of which, the source goes into subconscious dilemmas.
Ah, yes.
And mental blocks. Like, our dreams can reveal those hidden issues.
Absolutely.
Impacting our waking lives.
The things we might not even realize are going on.
It's like that saying, the things that annoy us most in others
Oh, yeah.
often reflect things we haven't dealt with in ourselves.
Mirroring. It's a big dream theme.
So if we keep having the same frustrating dream over and over, maybe it's a sign to look inward.
It's a pattern trying to get your attention.
Like a free therapy session from our subconscious.
I like that.
Right?
Available 24/7.
Okay, now for the really intriguing stuff.
Ooh, what's that?
Prophetic dreams. The source talks about precognitive dreams, psychic dreams.
Where we might glimpse the future.
Have you ever had a dream that felt prophetic?
Oh, I think we all have those moments where it's like, oh, wait, did I dream this?
Right. And the source mentions, the scientific evidence is still debated.
Mm-hmm. Lots of debate.
But there are so many stories, people having dreams that seem to foretell events.
Some of them remarkable.
Like that woman whose dream saved her baby.
Oh, yes. From the falling chandelier.
During the storm.
Mm-mm.
She dreamt about it at a specific time.
They moved the baby just in time.
Because of the dream. Chilling.
It really is.
But, even with prophetic dreams, we're talking possibilities.
Not guarantees.
Right, not like a set-in-stone future.
They might give us a glimpse, but we still have free will. We make choices.
That's not a script we have to follow.
We can influence things.
Okay, now this next topic, it's always fascinated me. Lucid dreaming.
Oh, yeah, lucid dreaming. Fascinating.
Imagine you're in a dream, and suddenly, you know you're dreaming.
It's like waking up inside the dream.
You're not just along for the ride anymore.
You can take the wheel.
The source talks about using this to work through fears, practice skills.
Even deeper self-awareness.
It's like having a virtual reality simulator in your own mind.
Exactly. You create the scenario, experience it fully.
It's like a holodeck. Step into any world you can imagine.
And it takes practice, dedication.
Oh, absolutely.
To cultivate that lucid ability.
But the rewards, wow.
It can be profound.
I've been trying to learn. It's definitely tricky.
It is.
But there are techniques, right?
Oh, yeah. Keeping a dream journal, reality checks during the day.
Setting an intention before sleep.
All those things.
Like any skill, practice makes perfect.
Or at least you get better.
Okay, let's talk dream interpretation now.
Right?
I think a lot of people find it daunting.
Oh, for sure.
Confusing.
Where do you even begin?
Right. But our source, it actually gives some practical advice.
Step-by-step stuff.
Like a decoder ring for your dreams.
Love that.
So, key tips. What do they say?
Well, the big one, keep a dream journal.
Write it all down.
Even the little bits, the fragments.
You start to notice patterns.
Yeah, it's like gathering puzzle pieces.
Before you put it all together.
You gotta have the pieces.
Right. Be a dream detective. More evidence, easier to crack the case.
And the source gives us this tool. They call it the dream worksheet.
Ooh, the dream worksheet. Tell me more about that.
It's a 9-step process, walks you through the key elements of dream analysis.
9 steps.
But don't worry, it breaks it down into manageable chunks.
Okay.
Starts with the basics.
Yeah.
Write down the dream, all the details you can remember,
Everything you saw.
and the emotions you felt.
The feelings matter too.
Big time. Emotions can offer big clues.
So it's not just what I see in the dream, it's how it made me feel.
Exactly. Then the worksheet, it takes you through reflecting on the imagery, the symbols.
So not just looking up symbols in a dictionary.
Nope, it's more personal than that.
Got to connect it to your own experiences.
You got it.
So it's like a conversation with your subconscious trying to understand its language.
I love that way of putting it.
And the worksheet, it even has you consider different perspectives. Like, not just one right answer.
It's not always linear, no.
That's good because sometimes it's hard to pin down one meaning.
Exactly. The worksheet encourages you to trust your intuition.
Your gut feeling about what it means.
That's often more reliable than any dictionary.
It's a personal journey, finding the meaning that resonates with you.
Absolutely.
Like the source says, dream symbols can be personal or they can come from the collective unconscious.
So there's not always one size fits all.
Right, right. The worksheet's a guide, not a rule book.
It's about empowering you to explore and understand
Your own unique dreams.
and their messages. And, there's so much more to it than just the worksheet.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. The source, it emphasizes setting intentions before sleep.
Interesting.
Like you're actively asking for guidance from your subconscious saying, hey, show me what I need to know.
So it's not just about analyzing the dreams we get.
Right.
We can try to influence them, shape them beforehand.
Exactly. The more we engage, the more likely we are to find those gems of wisdom.
It's like exercising a muscle.
Yes. The dream muscle.
The more you work it, the stronger it gets.
And it's fascinating. The source even connects dream work to spiritual practices.
Oh, yeah, it definitely touches on that.
Like our dreams could be a pathway to higher awareness.
To even prepare us for what comes after this life.
It got me thinking,
Yeah.
That's pretty profound.
It did for me too. Like, our dreams are a glimpse into the non-physical.
Transcending the limits of our waking reality.
And some traditions, Like Tibetan Buddhism, they use dreams in their practice.
It's like a training ground.
For the soul, yeah.
Exploring consciousness, connecting with something higher.
So we're not just sleeping, we're going on spiritual journeys every night.
In a way, yes.
And what's amazing is we can even train our minds to direct these journeys.
The source talks about dream programming.
Using visualization, affirmations.
Even asking for guidance from helpers, within the dream itself.
It's like we can write our own dream scripts.
In a way, yeah. Tapping into that subconscious power.
And using it for good, for healing.
I was really drawn to the part about using lucid dreaming to face your fears.
Oh, me too.
Like a safe space to practice different responses.
Build confidence.
And that can carry over into your waking life.
It's like having your own personal exposure therapy lab.
Exactly. And if things get too intense,
You can change the script.
you're in control.
So empowering, right? To face your fears and say, I'm not afraid anymore.
And the more you practice that in dreams,
The less power those fears have over you.
in the real world.
This whole deep dive, it makes me realize we're just scratching the surface of what's possible.
I agree.
It's like we have this incredible gift. Most of us don't even know it.
We got to open our minds to the possibilities.
And the source, it even goes into the science of it all. The different brainwave states and dreaming.
Yeah, it gets a bit technical.
But fascinating to understand what's happening in our brains.
Like why we dream the way we do.
The source explains the 4 main brainwave states. Beta, alpha.
Beta and delta.
Right, and our brains cycle through these during sleep.
Each state linked to different levels of consciousness,
Like our brains are shifting gears.
creating different dreamscapes.
And the deepest state, that delta state.
That's the one where we might access information from a higher source.
Wow, like tapping into the cosmic internet.
It's a beautiful thought.
That even when we're asleep, our minds can connect with something greater.
Makes you wonder what else is possible if we open ourselves up.
So let's talk about actually interpreting these messages.
Decoding the language of dreams.
The source gives us that step-by-step dream worksheet,
A great tool.
but it encourages us to really engage with the dream.
Not just passively looking stuff up.
Right. Be active participants in finding the meaning.
Like a detective piecing together clues.
I like that. And the source also talks about intuition,
That inner wisdom.
that gut feeling that tells you this interpretation feels right.
It's often more reliable than any book.
So for those listening, eager to dive into their own dream worlds.
What are some key takeaways?
You're right. What can they do?
Well, the big one. Pay attention. Keep that dream journal. Write everything down.
Even the little things.
Even if it seems silly, insignificant.
Don't dismiss anything.
Like panning for gold.
You never know where those nuggets of wisdom will be.
And another key takeaway. Approach it with curiosity, openness.
Be willing to explore, experiment.
Trust your own inner guide.
Like a grand adventure into your own mind.
Exactly. And there will be challenges, surprises.
But that's part of the fun.
Embrace the journey. Be open to the unexpected.
And set those intentions. Before you sleep, tell yourself, I want to remember my dreams.
I want to understand them.
Or even, I want to have this kind of dream.
Plant that seed. Then when you wake up,
Take time to reflect.
go through the dream worksheet.
Cut down your associations.
Or just sit with the feelings.
And remember,
There's no right or wrong way to interpret.
it's personal.
The most meaningful insights, they come from within.
Yeah.
It's like the source says, dreams are an unrecognized gift just waiting to be detected.
We just got to unwrap it, discover what's inside.
Find those treasures.
And it reminds us, dream work, it's a path to self-awareness.
Oh, absolutely.
The more we understand our dreams,
The more we understand ourselves.
it's like those dreams, they're messengers.
Our soul.
Giving us guidance, insights.
Even warnings sometimes.
And if we learn to listen,
we can live with more clarity.
more purpose.
Maybe even a sense of adventure.
I love that. It's not just about the symbols or predicting the future.
It's deeper than that.
It's about connecting to ourselves and the universe.
And one thing that really stood out to me,
Yeah.
the source talks about the potential for dreams to connect us with loved ones.
Oh, who've passed on.
Yes. It's a beautiful reminder that love, it goes beyond physical boundaries.
Or even death.
Even death.
I find that so comforting.
Me too.
Like those dreams are a bridge between worlds.
A way to stay connected even when someone's gone.
It speaks to that idea that we're all interconnected,
Part of something larger.
a web of consciousness.
That goes beyond our physical existence.
This deep dive, wow, incredibly insightful.
It's been fascinating.
I feel like I have a whole new appreciation for dreams now.
Me too, for sure.
And thank you, the listener,
Yes, thank you.
for sharing these incredible sources with us.
This amazing material.
Who knew we could learn so much from, just sleeping?
It makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It does.
Because the source mentions the dream state.
Yeah.
It resembles the after-death experience. So, could paying attention to our dreams
Help us prepare for what comes next.
something to think about?
That's a powerful thought and a perfect place to end our deep dive. Keep exploring those dreams, and we'll catch you in the next one.